Hello guys, guess what? The long-awaited chicks for laying just arrived yesterday untold. So we have to do with the stress and do with the emergency situation. If you can tell from my face, I'm quite stressed. I just had my siesta, but I guess after this video, I'm going to have another round of siesta because I need to take a deep rest to recover. So on today's video, I'm going to share with you how we have prepared our brooder, how we dealt with the emergency situation, how we welcomed our bed around 8 p.m. yesterday night, and how we set up the burner and the heater and all that. So I'm going to take you around. After that, I'm going to share with you some challenges we had yesterday so that you will not make same, including what to do before your birds arrive and what to do after your birds have arrived and settled down. So today's video is gonna be fun. Stay tuned. My name is Ezon Kosome from poultryfarmguide.com. On this channel, I share helpful tips and guides to help you set up your poultry farming and scale it up. So wow, they are scared of my voice, so I have to speak very low. See how they started when I started. As you can see, I'm feeling so sweaty because I'm in the brooder now, about 32 degrees Celsius. Before the arrival, we have to make use of the newspaper. As you can see, we have the newspaper on the floor. Place the newspaper on the floor to isolate them from cold. The ground is normally cold. Before then, we place sawdust on the floor, about just some inches deep before placing the newspaper. Apart from isolating them from cold, the newspaper enables them to differentiate between feed and what sawdust, because if you should put the birds on the litters directly, they might eat or peck on the litters, which is not very good to them. So by putting the newspaper, it will enable them to differentiate from the feed and litter. After some days, we are going to remove the newspaper. About 3 days or 4 days, we are going to remove the newspaper. By then, they might have accustomed to the feed. So as you can see, we also have our feed there, over there, and the feeder, the tray feeder. They were already placed on ground before the arrival. We have to set all this thing up before the birds arrived yesterday. So this place is the brooder is quite small. In terms of the height, it's about 4 feet. So we have to bring out the ceiling, the roof down to conserve heat. What we have over there is the gas heater. As you can see, over there is the gas heater. Look at the host in orange color. We also have the charcoal, the other side. We also have the charcoal heater for supplements. We always use the gas heater at night when we switch up the lights. But the charcoal is meant for early in the evening, early morning, while we switch off the gas. So this, as you can see in the water, is their vitamin and the anti-stress we gave them yesterday night when they arrived. Although due to the stress, we lost about 2 beds on arrival. So we have about a total of 900 beds initially. So we have lost 2. We are left with just 898 beds now. So these are the beds. As you can see, we have the brooder. This is the gas brooder. So some of them are already in here. They normally stay here when I put on the gas. Then this is the charcoal for support. It's no longer hot. This place is quite hot since some are still in here. Okay. Some are still. If you are using charcoal burner, I will advise you put a stone like a block underneath it. You see, block can conserve heat very well. The stone under it before placing the air is quite warm, still warm, very warm. So anyone that feels cold can go there to heat up, just like a mother hen does to its chicks when they feel very cold. Okay, this is the second gas brooder or gas heater or gas burner. Oh, they just had a horn. So I'm going to give you some tips on what to do before your birds arrive. This one is the thermometer. It's about 33 degrees Celsius. Okay, the right temperature should be around 30 degrees Celsius to 33 degrees, maximum 35 degrees Celsius. 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. So we have 33 degrees Celsius here. It is okay. Now some tips before your birds arrive. What to do before your birds arrive. I'm going to take you to the other brooder we prepared. The other brooder we prepared because my initial plan was to prepare 2 brooder for the birds. But yesterday, after observing the other brooder, it's quite cold because naturally that place wasn't made for brooding. So I have to put all of them here. As they grow up, I transfer them to the other brooder. So I'm going to go there now for the other video to show you what to do before your birds arrives. Okay, so at this point I would like you to click the thumbs up button, like the video to promote the video, to enable it to get to people like you who also needs it. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, I'm on the second brooder, but we don't have bird in it. Let's get to what you have to do for bringing in your birds. Before you bring in your birds, you have sorry for the camera adjustment. I don't have any cameraman. I do everything myself. So before you bring in your birds, you have to first of all disinfect this place. We have so many disinfectants. We have organic disinfectants. We also have inorganic disinfectants. So you have to disinfect the place. And if you are using a very harsh disinfectant, make sure you open the place up for about a week so that there will be aeration. Air can clear up harsh smell, because if you stock your bed like that, might pick up respiratory cough and catarrh, which is very harmful. So use your disinfectant. Make sure you allow it to rest for some days before bringing in your beds. You make sure you spray every nook and crannies in your brooder that have cracks. So after that, you have to put your litter. We use wound shaving. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is our wound shaving we use. So we have to place it under the newspaper when you put the litter before putting the newspaper, and let the litter be quite deep. At least if you look at this line of the index finger, there is a line here, the first one. At least half of the depth of the litter should be half of this. At least it can be more than, can get to this. Okay, so that is the measurement, so that they can have their natural behavior. Some people just put litter on the ground just flat like that, and I wonder, you don't allow the bird to exhibit their natural behavior, sunbathing, running around, picking insect and all that. That shows a healthy bird, and they are not allowed to exhibit such natural. Gets bored and stressed. We have already confined them. Depriving them of such luxury is inhuman, so we should try to make it as much as comfortable for them. So after that, you heat up your brooder. After disinfectant, putting your litter, you heat up your brooder. Heat it up very well before your birds arrive. 1 hour before your birds arrive, heat it up to the right temperature. It's between 30 degrees Celsius to maximum 35 degrees. So welcome back. We are here again. Now, what do you do after your bird have arrived? After placing your bed, the first thing to do is to remove waste gas. Make sure the ventilation is okay. The place is not too warm or too cold. You do this by observing the behavior of the bird for 2 hours. You don't just place the bed, give them water, feed, and leave. No, you have to observe their behavior for about 2 hours to make sure they are feeding very well, they are healthy, and they are running around very well. Secondly, after that, you have to check for their crop to know if they are eating. About 2 hours, 75, according to standard, 75% of the bird after 2 hours should have a filled crop. This so as you can see, this one is okay. Then after 4 hours, 80% of the bird should have filled crop. Then between 8 hours, 95%. Then after 24 hours, 95%, more than 24% of the bird should have a filled crop. So the last thing you should do after checking the crop is to look for sick birds. No have problem from hatchery. No matter how you manage your birds, according to standard, deaths do occur, and that should not scare you. At least 4% of bird dies, even in a standard brooder, with optimal temperature and management. 4% normally die in average with standard management practices. So when some bird dies within the first 3 days, not normally your fault. Some fault comes from the brooder, from the hatchery rather, and some of the nerve do not heal very. Okay, this one have a very healed nerve. I've checked for some. Some have some hatchery diseases that normally comes. Okay, this, you see, this is very, very neat. And then you can also look for deformity. There's one I saw yesterday that has 3 feet instead of 4. It has 3. It was just, they normally have 4, but that one was 3. I don't know where it is now, but I hope it's going to survive. This year I come to the end of this video. So if you have gained value from this video, please like this video and share. I will appreciate it very well. And click the notification bell if you haven't done so, so that you follow as we move along. This is day 1, and we have about 5 months or 4 months before these chicks start laying. So you have to vaccinate them, have my vaccination table, and we will learn together as time goes on. This is your first time of visiting my channel, please subscribe, like the video, and click the notification bell so as to be notified when I release my next video. For my returning subscribers, I appreciate you. I love you dearly. Without you, I cannot do this. I will not be here I am today. Thank you very much for watching my video. And remember, always make your birds happy, because a happy birds make a happy farmer. See you and take care. Bye bye.